What? Where's Wazzy? I think he already went ahead to the state guest house. We're having a dinner there tonight. You are, but I wanted to bring him room service tonight. Let him, or get him some extra napkins or something. I see Wazzy is just as popular as ever. Well, for some reason, women tend to like pretty boys. Just seeing if there's anybody lingering behind I can talk to. And this was just an empty room. I doubt anyone's going to be in Ellie's room. Yeah, I didn't think so. Downstairs I go. By the way, where's Kia? Did she already go with someone? Yes, she and Tia left earlier. I imagine they're already at the guest house by now. Okay, that's fine then. Something wrong? Well, she looked a little on edge when she wandered off earlier. She did seem to be having fun at the park though, so it was probably nothing to worry about. I'm sure it's alright. Overprotective, are we, Lloyd? Yeah, they closed that off for the day. Ah. The fireworks show. It's beautiful. If I remember correctly, they do this every night at Michelin. Really now? Then in that case, I'm glad we got the opportunity to see it. I'm sure Tio will be jealous. Alright, we should head over to the guest house now. Kinda nice that it actually lets me see it. It's just that little girl from before. I thought it was Ren for a minute. Hello, Lloyd. So this is where you are, Cecil. And you even have Zeit with you. You two make an unusual pair. Do you still have something to do before you make your way to the guest house? I'll be heading over there shortly. Zeit escorted me here not too long ago. This place isn't as loud as the theme park, so I thought I would cool off the breeze beforehand. Hey Cecil, it looks like you've got a lot on your mind. Is there something wrong? Nothing to worry, per se. But you're right about the first part. Maybe now would be a good time to talk about it. You see, they've selected the date for Shizuku's next appointment, operation. Dr. Silent will be performing a procedure on her in an attempt to restore her vision. She's having surgery? She's had several in the past already, but none have succeeded in bringing her eyesight back. Her complications span the fields of surgery to internal medicine to neurology. A complete and total recovery will be hard to achieve. This time, however, Dr. Silent will be trying a new technique that she's been researching for a while now. A new technique? The finer details are outside my area of expertise, but apparently Dr. Silent's background in both surgical and neurological science makes her uniquely qualified to perform it. The margin for error is slim, but the doctor wants everything to be perfect, so we recently had the latest equipment brought in from Rimaferia. According to Dr. Silent, though, the odds are still 50-50 at best. 50-50 odds, even after all that. That's troubling. I know, but when I think about all the setbacks she's already endured, this is the best chance she's ever had. I pray this is the time it finally works. Right, not just for her sake, but for Ario's too. We'll keep Shizuku in our thoughts and prayers, Cecil. Thank you, Lloyd. There you are, Lloyd. There you are, Cecil. I've been looking all over for you. Is that Ilya? Yes. Is something the matter? Is something the matter? For crying out loud. You told me you'd be a little late ages ago. I was about to tear up the entire resort tracking you down. Sorry about that. We can head over there now if you like. I'll be seeing you both on the inside, and thank you for the chat. Talking things up helps clear my mind. I know you all have more than enough worries to go around these days, but remember, Shizuku and I are always cheering you on. Shall we be off? Not so fast, Missy. Just what sort of scandalous conversations were you having with my favorite little guy and his pal, Come on, let me in on it now. Just some work stuff, Ilya. I get the feeling that Cecil turned our attempts to cheer her up right back at us. Yeah, that about sums her up. Anyway, we should be on our way to the guest house. Goodbye for now, Zeit. Oh, it's the lovebirds. You remember what I told you earlier, right? You have to excel in sports and studies. No excuses. I heard you the first time, Emmy. That's my job as your fiancé. I'm not sure how far I'll get with either, but I'll give it everything I've got. Oh, that's kind of cute. This is bringing back memories. Welcome to the State House at the Michelin Resort. Master Lloyd and Ms. Ellie from the SSS. That's us. Wait, I remember you. You were the guy who was at the auction, weren't you? Now that you mention it. I'm terribly sorry about what happened that night. I never would have imagined my previous employer would turn out to be the way he was. Many of the old servants, myself included, were retained and entrusted with managing the State House. It was by the kindness of Mayor Crois that we were allowed to preserve our livelihoods. Really now, I'm glad to hear it. I've heard the dignitaries that attended the trade conference also stayed here. You've done a great service. My thanks to the both of you. You are simply too kind. There they are. Hello, Munchkin. Hey, Kia, did you miss me? Yep, I've been exploring with Sully to pass time. I said that the dinner party thingy is going to be starting soon. So hurry up and get to your seats. Got it. Would you mind leading the way, sir? But of course. Once again, I can't apologize enough for keeping you all waiting. After all, what kind of host shows up late to his own party? It's okay, Mr. Mayor. Everybody understands how busy you are. We appreciate all that you have been doing. Yes, but just know that he's only as busy as he is by choice. Guilty? Well, I'm usually busy rehearsing and performing to keep up with politics, to be completely honest. That said, there was no avoiding the news of the drastic proposal you made. For all being honest, then I should admit that it was something I've been ruminating on since taking office. Frankly, I never intended to include it on the conference agenda, but the discourse grew a tad heated, and I had all I could take. So I decided then was the time to grab the bull by the horns. So you did. And now that the curtain has risen, you have to keep dancing until the end. Isn't that right? Precisely. Speaking of the stage, it's my understanding that Arkansas will be holding a revival production of Golden Sun, Silver Moon. It just so happens that the local referendum gauging the public's interest in independence is being held 1 week after its opening. Such was the reason I invited you and your troupe here. Happy coincidence, that is. Go figure. I appreciate that you did this. This break has been a long time coming. Thank you again for inviting us. Thanks. After hearing all that, I feel a bit uncertain about my own place at the stable. Oh, not at all, Miss Nuez. You're the stable's representative of this esteemed St. Ursula Hospital. I've heard quite a bit about you. I must say, your sterling reputation precedes you. Some even call you the second coming of St. Ursula herself. Believe me when I say it is an honor to meet you. But please, Mr. Mayor, I think you may be exaggerating just a tad. But thank you for your kind words. Oh, Father, you do realize you've sung the praises of nobody but the women here, don't you? How about sparing some of those kind words for Lloyd and the others as well? It's weird to hear Maribel be kind toward Lloyd. Then again, it may just be that she has some kind of protective instinct over Ellie, given how close they are. My apologies. Being surrounded by so many beautiful young women would be enough to sweep any man my age off his feet. No problem. We're thankful you invited us. That's right. This little diversion was exactly what we needed. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Today was the most fun I've had in a long time. Me too. Good, good. That was the hope. Forgive me for bringing this up again, but I wish to speak on the harrowing events that transpired at the conference. The terrorists were guilty of trying to destroy the tower, but I never wanted that day to end the way it did. I do not believe their sins, nor anyone else's for that matter, were grave enough to warrant taking their lives. I do. They literally tried to fucking kill you. Just gonna say it. They had it coming. If anything, the anger at taking their lives should be that they were unable to be interrogated to gather further information on that. I intend to work to ensure that such tragedies cannot happen again. Have fun playing Legend Arceus at Lucario. As well as to show the people of this world that justice is still alive and well. Oh, Mayor Crois. Hearing you say that helps wash away some of the concerns weighing on my mind. I have a question regarding the state independence referendum. Will Crossbell truly become its own political entity if the public votes in favor? No. The referendum itself doesn't have the power to make independence a reality. However, the results will serve as a concrete message to our neighbors abroad. Once votes are in and international public opinion will begin to form, that will be our opportunity to snatch independence away from major powers. Or at the very least, that's how I imagine it. Ballsy play. You make it sound all too easy. The way I see it, you're leading Crossbell right into dire straits. Wazzy! No, it's exactly as he says. There's no question about how complex geopolitical challenge Crossbell's state independence will present. However, the hearts of mankind are not so frail as to be swept away by the waves of hardship. Even in the face of great adversity, man maintains his dignity and pursues his ideals. I believe the potential to do so is precisely what makes us human. Uncle. The potential to pursue one's ideals with dignity. Well said. So yes, the path Crossbell must walk will in fact be fought with peril. But notwithstanding, my peers and I will struggle and strive in the coming weeks to open that path for us all. However, it will be the duty of the next generation to aim just as high and keep us on that path. I ask that all of you continue contributing to Crossbell's future in whatever manner you can. Crossbell's barriers. The same barriers that have stood before us all year. Maybe Mayor Crois is doing what he believes is necessary for Crossbell to surmount them. But what about us? When Revanche was toppled, one of those barriers crumbled alongside it, irrespective of our efforts. And now, the hurdle we find in front of us is even greater than before. Is the SSS. Am I actually doing enough to make any difference? And if not, am I really okay with that? This is going nowhere. I'm exhausted, yet I can't sleep. Maybe I should go to the lounge and get some water. You know, sometimes if you're struggling to sleep, just stretching, getting some air can help with that. Oh. And there's Risha. Evening, Risha. It's you, Lloyd. Sorry about that. I hope I didn't startle you. No, it wasn't your fault. I was just lost in thought is all. Is it okay if I join you? The moon is beautiful, even from here. Maybe it's because we're away from the city lights. Perhaps. You know, Wazzy told me the strangest thing this morning. He said that I'd wake up in the middle of the night and stumble into a chance encounter with a girl. Just the two of us. It sounded like a bunch of hot wind to me then, and I hate to say it, he hit the nail right on the head. You never cease to surprise me, Lloyd. I guess I was just starting to wish I had someone here with me. And not 1 minute later, here you are. Simply having you here makes me feel so much more at ease. I have to say, I envy the rest of the SSS. You give me too much credit. I still have a lot of areas I need to work on as a senior detective and as a leader. For one, I desperately need to grow up. Risha, I don't mean to offend you, but there's something I've been wanting to ask. What could it be? I've been wondering this for a while now, but why is it that your eyes have such a forlorn look whenever you smile? I've noticed since the day we met, during your short time in Crossbell, you've done so much. You were recruited by Ilya Pelletier herself, featured on the greatest stage for sledge around. Risha Mao is now a household name in Crossbell, and yet, even then, when you smile, it doesn't feel like you're here in the moment. It feels like you're back. It feels like you're in the future, looking back at something you've lost. Why would you think that? Because I've seen it before. Someone close to me wore that exact same smile for the longest time. Cecil. But eventually, like her grief, it faded. Now she can smile as genuinely as she did before. But you, on the other hand, I don't think I've ever seen you smile any other way. Her grief came from trying to bear the sorrow of losing someone she loved forever. So what about you? Why smile that way even in the presence of someone like Ilya, someone you love and cherish? She's always been there for you, and she always will. You really are full of surprises. I've always known you were sharp, but I didn't expect you to see right through me. Everything you said is true. Maybe it's because I know I'll have to leave Crossbell before long. I thought that might be it. Let me guess. You can't tell me the reason, can you? That's right. I can't share the details, but I can tell you this. The path I am bound to walk is already set. It has been from the day I was born. The path. Think of it as inheriting a family business. I've been living my life for that sole purpose ever since I was little. It's the same path my ancestors have walked throughout history. But now I no longer understand where that path is leading me, nor my reasons for taking it. But if you really don't like it, then why not leave it? I'm afraid it isn't simply a matter of like or dislike. In accepting his birthright, my father eventually found meaning in it. A hidden, lightless path that can influence society and even change the course of history. And now it's mine. I inherited it from my father, and now it's my turn to find my own meaning in walking it. That's how it should be, from this moment on. You know, it's strange. Earlier, I refused the wine that Ilya had offered. Yet sitting here, I feel as though the rays of the moon alone have me intoxicated. That's pretty poetic. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pry into something so personal to you. It's alright. I've been keeping all this bottled up inside for me for so long, it was only a matter of time before it brimmed over. Thank you for listening to my story, Lloyd. Not at all. I'm happy to lend an ear. Risha, I can't help but wondering, are you Lloyd? Hey, short stuff. Oh, Risha's here too. Were you guys in the middle of something? Oh no, it's okay. We're just about finished. It's fine. Having trouble sleeping? Yeah. I think I had a scary dream. How? Would it help if you slept in my bed? Can I? Yes, but just this once. Sorry about that, Risha. We'll just have to pick this up again later. Don't worry about it. After talking to you, I think I can finally manage to get some sleep. So thank you. I'm glad to hear it. If it isn't too much trouble, could you keep this talk between us and away from Ilya specifically? I want to tell her these things too, but not until the time is right. I understand. I don't know how much I can help, but just know that you can call on me if you ever need anything. I'll do whatever I can. I appreciate it. I'll be sure to come to you for advice the next time I need it. Good night, Lloyd. You too, Kia. Good night, Risha. Good night. Sleep tight. That girl isn't spoiled in the slightest, Lloyd. Did something happen to Risha? She always looks a little sad, but it felt different this time. So you can tell too. I don't have all the details, but she's clearly dealing with a lot. She's a friend, so I'm going to be there for her any way I can. This is why all the girls like you so much, Lloyd. No teasing, alright? Anyway, we have to get you back to bed, little lady. Do you need to go to the bathroom first? Lloyd, I can do that by myself. Remembering that. Find me. Wake up, Lloyd. What? What is it this time? It's about 2 a.m., I think. You look like you were having a nightmare. Are you okay? Yeah. I guess I was having some kind of weird dream. Wait. Huh? Something wrong? Sorry, Randy. Did I wake you? Don't sweat it. More importantly, where's Keto? You brought her back to sleep in your bed together, right? You two noticed. Yeah, that's right. She should be right here. As far as I can tell, the 3 of us are the only ones in this room. Guess we better go wrangle her in. Thanks, guys. Sorry about dragging you out of bed like this. So she's not on the 2nd floor either. I'm terribly sorry. Given the circumstances, we weren't able to make a thorough search of every guest room. You've done enough. You've done more than enough. It's the middle of the night after all. What the hell is Short Stuff's problem? Wandering off to God knows where, half asleep. This is growing more and more concerning. Where could she have gone? Searching via the Aeon system has also yielded no results. I have no idea where she could be. My. How did we forget? We've got a super sniffer on our side. He said, follow me. She's this way. That way, but tread carefully. I understand. We'd only slow you down if we tagged along. Alright, but if something happens, call us immediately. I brought first aid kits so I can at least treat any minor injuries. Thanks, that helps. Please be careful out there. Contact me on your Enigma if there's an emergency. Well, this is getting real. I'm not going to cut this one here because... Look at that. What happened to the banners? I'm not liking the looks of this. Fools. I'm thinking Campanella might have something to do with this. I doubt it's the park's nighttime attractions. Definitely not. Never had I heard of anything like this. Besides, there's no way they could ever vandalize Mishy's good image like this. True enough. Look there. They did it on the Fool's Wonderland. They even went and goofed around with the... That's definitely Campanella. I feel like I'm dreaming. I don't know what kind of dreams you have, but this is what I'd call a nightmare. Kia is somewhere up ahead. That's all that matters to me. We're going in no matter what. Let's get to stepping. That also increases defense. So yeah, you're going to get that. Increases dexterity. I don't think that would be great on Tio. I'd like to have something that aids in casting on her, but... We're just gonna do. We're bringing the original quartet. Even the flower bed's has been tampered with. Someone around here has a pretty tacky sense of taste. I don't know what's going on, but they sure didn't hold back any elbow grease. I have to say, this hedge was a lot less creepy when Mishy's face was on it. How dare they soil these sacred grounds? That clown could never replace Mishy. Settle down, Tio. Don't forget. Forget that. What's important is where Kia ran off to. Something's coming. Watch your 2 and 10. Fiends. What the fuck are these things? They put up, they got a fucking punch, that's for certain. Cold Gehenna, Omega Strike, Hack and Storm. Okay. Very weak to Earth, a mass of souls drawn from dreams. It can absorb incoming arts and confuse enemies. Very weak to Earth. I don't have any Earth on her. Any Earth here? No. Yeah, I have some Earth here. Okay, so it absorbs chaos. That's bad. Still weak to Earth. You fucker!
やれる。はあ。それ。さあ、手こずった。
That's one down.
ドライブ開始。それ。ありがとう。なんとかしないと。
まだやれる。エニグマ、や行くぞ。俺の番だな。さあ行くぞ。タイガー。サンクス。
私の番です。ドライブ開始。そ
れ。行くぜ。
任せて。行くわよ。くらいなさい。私の番です。ドライブ開始。
行くぞ。エニグマ、駆動。マジかよ。や
さて、ドライブ開始。や
サンクス。俺の番だな。
They're immune to wind, so that's gonna do 1 damage. That's great. Fires of normal damage.
ドライブ開始。それ。
サンクス。行くぜ。
Okay. People are still alive.
行きます。
行くぞ。エニグマ、行くぜ。
皆さん、ありがとうございました。私の番ね。行くわよ。くらいなさい。さて、エニグマ駆動。や
Keep her alive.
ありがとう。
任せてくれ。
ミエスさん、これはどう？
俺の番だな。
はい。ドライブ
It absorbs chaos, so I don't. That didn't do anything that time. Why is it our art's not working?
任せて。
任せろ。
私の番、そこです。
任せろ。
The hell?
エニグマ、駆動。
行くぞ。
私の番です。そこです。
Okay, no, it absorbs orbital energy. That's what it is. So we have to wail on it.
行くぜ。
私の番で。
Why would I keep... Okay.
チャンスだ。よし。
So,
畳みかけるぞ。
Tio's not going to be very useful here. God, that was countering. Well, that was pointless.
私の番ね。いや、
俺の番だな。
さてドライブ開始。や
行くぜ。
皆さんありがとうございま
よし、ステア。
す。私の番です。
I don't know if this thing can even use ours, but it's something to do.
行くぜ。俺の番だな。
さてと行くわよ。くらいなさい。私の番です。思念ちゃんと来て。
行くぜ。
I would have liked more than that, just saying.
任せて。いや、私の番です。
No, 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 no.
エニグマ駆動。や
行くぞ。エニグマ駆動。や
ありがとう。ドライブ開始。私のそこ。さあ、先を急ぎましょう。
Crow is really close to getting that level 3, and so is Wing. Cannon is getting there. Aerial Cannon 3. EP 2K. What the hell was that about? I couldn't tell you, but they were very formidable. How long are you going to keep hiding? Show yourself. Ah, did you notice me? Or was that just your intuition? What the hell? A boy? I couldn't feel his presence at all. Who the hell are you? Where are your manners? We've already crossed paths once before. I hope you haven't forgotten me. Ladies and gentlemen of the special support section. He's the hacker who trapped all of you in Yona's room at the B sector, as well as the person who supplied the terrorists with data on Orcus Tower. The first time we encountered each other was in front of the doll studio. Bingo! I am Enforcer Number 0, Campanella the Fool. A pleasure to finally meet you. He's from the secret society that threw Libero into chaos. I figured something was up when you mentioned seeing them at the studio. To make matters worse, he's been colluding with terrorists. Those unlucky terrorists met with quite a terrible fate, didn't they? They didn't fly into town thinking they'd catch the ire of Heiue and the Red Constellation, that's for damn sure. But the Calvardians got off easy. Oh, those poor, poor boys from the Empire. Such a shame. How can you mock them like that? Well, they were terrorists, and well, Gideon was and the commander, I'm pretty sure, was Gideon, who is a massive bitch. So, you know, it's kind of deserved. Weren't you on the same team? They were your comrades. They were pawns, more like completely and utterly disposable. I figured they were interesting enough to shake things up, so I gave them a hand. I couldn't care less about their goals or ideology. Well, aren't you a piece of work? He resembles you, Wazzy, though with a trashy suit and zero tact. Enough beating around the bush. Why have you come to Crossbell, and what are you trying to achieve? And more importantly, what have you done with Kia? Tell us, or we'll force it out of you. Oh, I like you. You're just full of vigor, aren't you? There's no need to raise your voice, though. I haven't touched one hair on your pretty little princess's head. All I know is that she walked straight through here in a dazed stupor just a while ago. Stop playing dumb, you little freak. But I'm not. 'Tis the truth. You can believe whatever you want, though. The fact of the matter is, I only came by this evening for one reason. To greet you. Fiesta? What's happening? And Mishy's lovely face is back. It's back to normal. Isn't that a little too grand to be a simple parlor trick? Was it some kind of illusion? The answer is yes. He's got some kind of magic. And by the way, the Liberal incident that he was a part of was over a year ago, and he has not physically aged. When he reappears in Cold Steel 3, he still hasn't aged. I don't know what the fuck this little freak is, but I don't know if he's human or not. I hope we meet again soon. Oh, and just so you know, your little princess was on her way to the castle up ahead. I suggest you make your way there before she walks into a horrible accident. See you next time. Give me a break. Is that what Ouroboros is like? Pretty much. They show up, spout a bunch of cryptic bullshit, and then leave. We've heard a lot about them from Estelle, Joshua, and Ren. On top of that information, we can safely say that they are more than proficient at hacking. What we don't have enough maniacs and Crossbell to worry about? I just don't understand why Crossbell over anywhere else. Regardless of what their gambit here is, we'll need to set it aside for now. Searching for Kia seems like a more pressing matter, wouldn't you say? We're going to be covering that next time on Trails to Azure. Join me then as we go save my little princess. But until then, I'm the Dark Seraph, signing off.